What is stankin', everybody? Temu here. Welcome to the new studio. This is an update to my previous video with Acoustic Fields and Dennis Foley, where I DIY'd his bass absorber design for my studio. Now I've upgraded from building insulation and the cheap foam to Dennis's proprietary foam and carbon to replace the insulation. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about my experience so far. But before I go into any detail about the insulation carbon switch, I really have to say how impressed I am with the overall design. Yes, they're heavy, which is a bit of a drawback, but they're just as effective and durable, and they can be made in smaller sizes, which I will be doing in the future. And let's be real here, any low frequency absorption unit shouldn't be expected to be lightweight. These units have been through about 3 moves. This is its 4th room. It's been through long distances. It's been shifted around even more. And, you know, worst case, I'd lose a wheel or two from a big bump or something, but it doesn't compromise its effectiveness, and that's what's most important. So I currently have 8, and every room I've put these things in just made the room sound amazing. And that has been without carbon. It's been with insulation so far. So I can say wholeheartedly that if you can cover your front wall with these things, it's going to make a world of a difference. It's going to be a really powerful head start for just about any room. Now, moving on to the carbon upgrade. Dennis sent over a couple of pallets of some foam and carbon, and I got to work making the switch. So right now I have 7 in the front and 1 in the back of the room. The rest of the room is foamed, wrapped in a fabric frame. The current arrangement ended up being a little bit different than the previous one, so I can get a tighter front end and I can fit some more gear in the back of the room. And everything is hung and placed pretty loosely to make for easy changes and any upgrades in the future. Now, overall, the difference sound-wise between the carbon and the insulation, it wasn't necessarily night and day, but it wasn't necessarily subtle either. And I think that's because of a few different factors. So the carbon in these units, which are based on the ACDA-10s, they are working within a frequency range from about 30 to 300 hertz, which is quite broad. Another thing to note was the insulation that I was using were 2 different products that added up to 20 pounds per cubic foot. That's not really easily available to get anywhere internationally. The carbon filters, however, these are 40 pounds. I also think that if I were making the switch with double the amount of units, it would have been a much more audible experience because I have now double the amount of space than I did the last time. I definitely intend to make some more units in the future, especially some of the ACDA-12 units, which are a bit more low frequency specific. However, you really start to notice its effectiveness when you start stepping away from the listening position and you hear that low frequency buildup, that classic pressure buildup. Now, quick note about foam. I'm a huge proponent of Dennis's wisdom when it comes to using heavyweight solutions for heavyweight issues such as low frequency. You need something big, thick, heavy to deal with those kinds of issues. But when it comes to middle and high frequency issues, it's a little bit more flexible. General wisdom would have most people leaning towards building insulation. I've used my fair share of it. Not a big fan. I just hated what it did to my skin and all the fibers it would have flying around the room. Did appreciate working with it, shaping it at the same time, because typically when it comes to foam, this stuff is super light and pretty flimsy. And most of these companies would throw out a lot of claims with very little to no data to back up their claims. And the ones that did, well, you can tell why you're not getting the desired effect that you'd like to get in your room. Dennis's foam, on the other hand, you can see it's a lot more rigid. It's a lot more dense, a lot heavier. And when you put this stuff up in a room, you can definitely hear it. You can definitely hear a lot more absorption power with Dennis's foam and compared to other companies, as many of those other companies are buying packaging material and cutting it and selling it as acoustical material, whereas this is specifically made for music and voice, reaches down to right at that sweet spot for music and voice. And on the other hand, it doesn't do too much like building insulation tends to do. You know, by the time you manage to get enough building insulation filled out into your walls, ends up sounding like a room full of building insulation, whereas a room full of this foam results in a much more warm and natural sounding room. And I just love working with this a lot better than building insulation. And the fact that there's some data behind this material, there's someone that stands behind the material as well, and a whole lot of others. But you got to be careful, y'all. It's a slippery slope. You know, you get a few of these things, you want to get a few more, and the next thing you know, you want to get some better speakers. I know I am. This stuff will expose any inadequacies in your speakers and the rest of your room with relative ease. But all in all, it makes my personal and professional work of recording and mixing so much easier, and just listening that much more enjoyable and a therapeutic experience, which is just more than what I could ever ask for. And they also look amazing. They stand out, they look powerful, but they can blend in as well, like an open or closed piano. And everyone who has been in this room so far, even without putting on any music, before they even get to listen to any music, they just know right away that there's something special about the sound quality of this room. They know it's not your average dead sounding room full of insulation. It's different. It's still very lively, but it's tight, especially on the low end. In general, I believe these ACDA 10s and 12s are by far the most powerful, portable, nearly all-in-one low, middle, and high frequency solution you can get out there in the market. If you're really serious about your sound and you want some options on the fly, I really think this is the way to go. You can even build it yourself. Plans are actually pretty cheap and simple. So stay tuned for updates, everyone. I've got a lot more space now, some different rooms to work on for different purposes. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to Dennis for some more advice. And Dennis, thank you for all of your hard work, your help, your support, your encouragement, and your wisdom. All right, folks, see you in the next video. And until then, may the stank be with you always. Peace.